Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I leave my head so far away from that. Anyhow, thoughts. I feel like this video is going to be just like that, a little bit of everywhere. But let's get into it. Hello, Happy New Year, y'all. It is somehow 2024. I'm in disbelief. Like this year I turned 24. What the fuck is how I feel about that. And I have a small announcement that I need to clarify with y'all, because the shift has been made on my Instagram and I'm not nervous about it, which we will get into, but it's definitely like a shift that I felt like was coming in my body, but I was just in disbelief for like a hot minute. We're gonna use the Power Grip Primer by e.l.f. This is like my favorite, next to like the Milk Hydro Grip. Basically like a dupe, but for a better price. So anyhow, so 2024, we're going to talk about the holidays. We're going to talk about why I didn't film. We're going to talk about my goals for 2024. We're going to talk about my little announcement situation. And hopefully I can do this all while filming. I really, who do I follow? She's a true crime girly. Bailey Sarian. Sarian. I don't know how she gets ready and talks and tells true crime stories. Like, I don't know how she does it, because like I can barely focus on like applying one product to my face. So over the holidays, I filmed up until what you guys saw in my last Vlogmas video, and then I stopped filming, which, yeah, we can address this as well, why this nail is not painted. Anywho, not really that big of a deal, but if you watch the last vlog, then you're gonna be like, the math is mathing. Just didn't film over the holidays, you guys. Me and my family said this, and we say this all the time, is that when we're all together as a family, we suck at taking photos. We suck at taking videos. We're just so invested in quality time, which could be amazing and great, except for we have our own personal memories of the day, not like photograph ones of like, you know, in like 20 years, you're gonna like want to look back and see. So yeah, like I have, I think, 2 photos of us opening her Christmas presents. That's it, because I was just so in the moment, and I'm not mad about that because her reactions are always the best, but like having them on camera would also be pretty nice. We're gonna go in with, this is too dark for my skin, but I'm gonna self-tan tonight, and hopefully it'll match me better tomorrow. But we have the Maybelline Super Stay Plus Vitamin C 24-hour Skin Tint Foundation. And we can talk about how I'm using this instead of something else. But anyways, I do like this. It was trending on TikTok, and then I went to the store and bought it, which I was kind of overwhelmed by all the foundation choices. And I've been educating myself on like where products are made and the ingredients when they're made somewhere else other than like Canada. Over the holidays, yeah, so we didn't really film, which means I have no Vlogmas video, and for New Year's, like, we hung out as a family all day, and like that was it. We didn't really do anything, and I never really do on New Year's. Last year my mom threw like a 1960s themed party, and that was like super fun, but I don't do anything on New Year's, and it's kind of bittersweet. Maybe like one day when I'm in a relationship I'll do something, but we ain't there yet. So Leslie ended up falling asleep on the way home from my sister's house, and that's kind of all that happened. I'm gonna say this and then I'll explain it. So every odd year, like 2023, when it ends in like an odd number, you guys, I thrive in the odd years. Like if you think about it, I got my dream job, I had my interviews for that, I had 2 of the best, literally the best placements, and I grew a lot within my jobs, and I worked at the daycare, and just like learning a lot about myself. I graduated school, like I did all these things, and like I renovated Leslie's room, so she got her own room, and like I paid for all that myself. And by like renovating the room, I did not pay for that, my dad did. This is ultimately his house, which I'll probably get one day, but it's not the point. Point is, like, I helped do that, and I learned a whole bunch of skills, and that was an incredible experience. Now I'm going with like the Morphe concealer, which is definitely expired because I haven't used this in many, many years, but here we are. It's the only one I have, and I'm going to use it till it's empty. But with that being said, it was just like an amazing year. Every odd year, I truly thrive. Even years are just like I lay the roots. This is how I put it. I lay the roots during the even years. In the odd years, I thrive, and I, you know, like those roots are now turning into trees. They blossom. It's fantastic. And so many goals and things are achieved. So I've watched the pattern. I know this pattern. And obviously, like, it's like a mindset thing. So, like, I could obviously have the best year. It's going to be better than last year, all these things. But for me personally, this year I need to lay the roots so next year I can thrive the most. With that being said, we have a few goals this year that will go into that. And one of those things is I want to, are you guys ready for this? I might lose some of you guys after I say this, but no more girl math. We're not girl mathing shit. Afterpay, Sizzle, Kolara, all those like afterpaying apps and things we're no longer doing, because I did that a lot last year because I needed to get a lot of things to make myself thrive. And we're not doing that anymore because it's not worth it. It's not smart and it's stupid. Another thing is we are going to pay off my credit. Now, this is something that I'm going to be honest about with you guys because I feel like people don't talk about credit. They don't talk about money. It's a very taboo subject, which it can be, but it also just depends on that person, the vibes, where they are in life, where are you at in life. And one of the things for me is I want to pay off my credit. It's not bad at all, like barely anything compared to most people, but for me personally, it feels very heavy on my chest, and it is a goal that I really want to achieve by being smart and tangible about it, as well as I really want to buy myself a car. And with buying myself a new car, I kind of need good credit. Whether I lease the car or obviously make payments to it, it doesn't matter. I still have to be intentional with how I'm spending my money so that my credit is good, which it is good, but I want it to be the best it can be. Food is expensive. That also includes last year, middle of last year to the end, I was really intentional with not wasting food and freezing whatever I couldn't eat. Like, for instance, if I had like celery in the fridge that was going bad and I was like, I'm not really in the mood to eat this, I would freeze it and have it for next time I made soup because I'm a big soup maker. So that's just like me being intentional. And I think that is also just like where we're at in today's society. Another thing is I need to get things for my classroom because as long as I get before program for Leslie for school, I would love to have my own classroom in the upcoming year. And with that means I need supplies, which I've talked to you guys about in past vlogs. But that's another goal, is to have my own classroom and have an amazing teaching partner and just like love where I'm at. I am currently manifesting between 2 schools right now, and last year when I manifested, you guys, I manifested hard and we got my dream job. So now that we're in that position, I really want to manifest better and greater things. Another thing with me being intentional when it comes to money, making money, and how I'm spending my money is I am no longer a Saint artist. And this is something, so I had 2 downlines and I talked to them about it and they were super amazing and super supportive and honestly kind of feeling the same way that I felt. And I have been watching a lot of like anti-MLM content, and I'm not going to say that influenced me, but like I had these thoughts for a while and I was kind of like, yeah, I'm kind of feeling that. Like I gave it my all the first year and I made a good bit of money, but like I'm just not really feeling it. We live in a society where it's like trying to sell makeup. It's just not, like, I love the products. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Like, in this palette is eyeshadows because I picked them out. I spent money on them and I love them. This is the setting powder, brush cleaning tile, which I love, and brow wax. So like I still am using their eyeshadow and stuff, but I've melted down all my tins, which means I've cleaned all the bacteria and I've kind of set them aside. Another thing is that it ended up, for me personally, like it's winter time. So another reason why I ended up getting liquid foundation is because it's winter and my skin, that's a sip of coffee. My skin needs a lot more hydration. And with that is I have to use products that have silicone in it. And if you guys are unfamiliar, Saint makeup, it's like oil and water. They separate. You can't mix silicone with the cream makeup. So my makeup was separating on me at work and it just looked so bad because I had to use silicone products. which I knew, and like that's obviously something like I'm aware of. It's nothing against the products, I do actually love them, but in wintertime, like I need more hydration. So I stopped using that, and then I just wasn't really making money on it this past year, and I wasn't really talking about it as much just because I felt icky. I felt icky talking about it and sharing things and sharing the sales, because we live in an economy, that's not the right word, and we live in a world, I should say, where spending money is getting far and few in between, and it's just not worth it if you don't need it. Another thing is that another kind of goal is like not buying just because it's a good deal or just because it's on sale. Yes, long term that will save me money, but like, you guys, I used to stock up on Live Clean shampoo and conditioner because it was a good deal. And honestly it was, because now inflation, it's gone up like a whole $2. But I have 4 bottles of it, and I just need to use it up before I buy new shampoo and conditioner. Like, it's just not worth it. So with that being said, for me to constantly be sharing makeup that not everybody always needs is not worth it. Now, do I think after shopping for a new foundation, Saint is worth it financially? Absolutely, because it is cheaper and you're gonna get the perfect shade match, and it just makes sense. Because this foundation that I bought, I spent $22 on, and it's the wrong shade. Keep in mind their shade range only has 8 shades, but still not the point. I did spend that, which is a whole tin in Saint makeup. But I'm just no longer an artist because I felt icky, and I wasn't really making money, and I wasn't really doing like the whole MLM, like building a team and all these things. And sure, I know maybe I'll do like a video really talking about it and my experience and all the things I can legally share, but it just wasn't worth it to me anymore, so we're no longer doing that. I also felt icky, which I think you guys have like noticed and saw on my Instagram, is I felt icky shoving this product down your throat and like getting a niche compared to sharing the content that I love and sharing my life. So again, that was in like the off year of my life where I was like really in it. 2022, for instance, like I was, really dove into it, and that was my year of like laying the roots, trying to like figure it out, but it didn't do too much for me, I guess. I don't know. It's hard to say because I would love to just like be honest with you guys and give you the numbers, but I feel like this video is not for that. So with that being said, I just stopped because it just wasn't worth it. I wasn't really making money, and I was just investing in the back office fee instead of making that money back every month. But for 2024 goals with my social media, I want to continue posting as much as I possibly feel comfortable in wanting to post. I would really like to grow my Instagram so that I get more sponsorships regarding whether it is on Instagram or on YouTube. And then with that, that can make me more money so I can obviously achieve the things I want to achieve, like buying a car, paying off my credit. And that's just kind of like my main goals right now. So I kind of posted this reel on Instagram, and it was the Rihanna song, which I think probably if you follow Instagram trends and reels, you've heard of it, where it's like, got my mind on my money and I'm not bad, So it's very true. My mind's on my money, and that's just where I'm at. Oh, why is this nail not painted? Because Leslie gave me a fungus on my finger, so it's all healed up. I got antibiotics and all that stuff for it, but definitely, my nail's kind of not, I don't want to say falling off, but like it's gonna completely come off and then a new nail will grow, which is kind of cringe to think about, but yeah, super attractive, I know. Speaking of attractiveness, I feel like I know people are gonna ask me like, what are your dating goals? And so the past year, I took 9 months off of dating completely in 2023, and I didn't talk to anyone. Like, I literally did nothing for 9 months. I completely focused on myself, my goals, my career, got everything in check, and that was amazing. Then I opened the door to dating. I think I went on like a date. I talked to like a few people, but like nothing really excited me or spoke to me. It just wasn't worth it. And then I also had a really bad experience one time, and it brought up a lot of like past trauma and reminded me like why I have such high standards and values. So with that being said, am I open to dating in 2024? Abso-freaking-lutely. I love, and I'm obsessed with it, and I want that fairy tale ending, and I don't want to get emotional, but I feel myself getting emotional about that. I want to be in love, and I want to feel that love, and I want to have my person and not do all of these like annoying things alone, or just like have someone to like talk to that knows you and like loves you and supports you wholeheartedly. And yes, I know I have my family, but it's different. And in dating in this world, finding a good human is so hard to find, and finding somebody that understands my standards and my values and fulfills that is hard. Along with, I'm not lowering my standards. I am not changing them for someone. And I don't want someone to come in my life and create more stress. If someone's going to come into my life, I want them to bring me a happiness and excitement and joy. And I know relationships aren't easy, and it's a rocky road sometimes, and shit's hard. But that's not the point. That comes with being in a relationship. I don't want someone to interfere with like my life, my goals, my career, no nothing. I want them to come into my life and be a positive and be because like this is the best way to word it that like makes sense. I am very content in my life right now, and I feel very proud of where I'm at. So if someone's gonna come into my life, they are not gonna disrupt that. They are going to bring me more joy and more happiness and more excitement, like I've said. And they're gonna be supportive, and they're not gonna be scared away by me having a child, because I've gone on a few dates in the past, and I've talked to a few people that seemed like they were all okay with it, and then turns out they weren't. Or I didn't ask the stupid question, how do you feel about me having a kid? Which is such a stupid question, because you start talking to someone with a kid, that should already be like, you should be okay with that. But apparently not, and they just wanted to be friends. And that's not it for me, because I want a relationship. I'm capable of a relationship. I see where one benefits me in my life, and I see where they fit. There's a role for them, but I'm not going to like take anything away from my life for that to happen. And I'm not going in my way to meet someone either. Like, am I on dating apps? Yes. But I'm also like the type of person where it's like, I want to take it seriously, and I'm confident in myself, my body, my life, my world, that like I'm ready for that. So maybe 2024 will bring love and excitement in that area of my life. But if it doesn't, then it doesn't, and we're just another year single. But I think it will. Like, I have a good feeling that 2024 will be the year that I lay the roots and that love comes into my life. Okay, we are back. My friend called me and I chatted with her for a few minutes. But anyways, we are back, and this was a very long video, which I did not intend for it to be. Hopefully I can cut it down. But anyways, I love you guys, and let me know your goals. I don't want to say New Year's resolutions, because I feel like they never stick. But let me know your New Year's goals and intentions down in the comments below. In case you guys are wondering, because I feel like someone's going to ask, this is a Jacqueline Cosmetics. I mix Hope and Unwrap Me on my lips together. I do Hope first and then Unwrap Me, and it gets this like pretty purple violet color, and I'm obsessed. So anywho, that's in this video. I'm going to get up for you guys tonight, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Give me video suggestions. I'm running out.